Hello to all. My name is Jignasa Madhvi and I'm a student from Teesside University doing my Bachelor's of Arts in International Tourism Management. So today I will be discussing about the contemporary issues of business management. Starting with, it has three pillars. First, internationalization, technological innovation, and sustainability. We'll be going in depth of each of it and discussing each of the pillars ahead with the examples. So, speaking of the very first pillar, internationalization. So, what is internationalization? We can define it as ensuring that your product is developed and designed to support the targeted audience while bypassing the barriers of geographies and languages is internationalization, and the process of adapting the internationalized software to the audience of specific country or language is localization. So basically, internationalization and localization are interrelated to each other because if the product is internationalized, it has to be localized as well. For a reason being, it has to follow various rules and regulations according to the regions, geographies. It has to follow the adaptiveness of a particular local, even if it is being internationalized globally. Then, in simpler words, internationalization is the readiness of localization. So, it has following impacts, including business and technological impacts of internationalization. So, speaking of business impacts, so expansion of new geographies, client base enlargement while minimizing the associated risks, improved user experience and customer delight, increased profitability. Speaking of technological impact, it has reduced time and cost for localization, single internationalized source code for all product versions, easily maintenance, then has enhanced quality and code architecture, reduced cost of ownership, then of multiple product versions, adherence to international standards, reduced implementation cycle, rapid product adoption. I have taken a few examples for internationalization. I would like to go with Instagram and Starbucks. So, speaking of Instagram's story of internationalization, is Facebook started Instagram in 2012 with Facebook bought Instagram in 2012 when it was merely like 13 people team, had just 30 million followers with zero revenue. Today, Bloomberg Intelligence people pegs the valuation of the photo starting at app at more than billion $100 billion, with a fast growing user base and snowballing ad revenue that shows an eye-popping growth trajectory in just 6 to 7 years. 2012 to 2022, it's 10 years, so it's more than $100 billion now. People can say that Facebook got lucky, but industry insiders and pundits highlight that this astonishing success is due to international acceptability of Instagram. One of the major reasons why Facebook wanted it, Instagram's global success story was far from accidental. In fact, its founders planned from the start with their global first approach. Their vision was to internationalize the app from its very early days to boost global discoverability and usability. Today, more than a billion people use Instagram to share their photos, videos with their families, friends, followers, customers, etc. So, this was the story of Instagram and internationalization, how Facebook internationalized Instagram from literally zero to what they are now. Then, second company and the organization which I would like to highlight in terms of internationalization is Starbucks. So, speaking of Starbucks, when the word internationalization comes to my mind, it's Starbucks, which arrived just popped up very first because Starbucks is the biggest, one of the biggest franchisee in the world. It is everywhere. Starbucks has globalized itself by various franchisees in every part of the globe, from zero to reaching to 32,660 outlets worldwide. Starbucks is the biggest example of internationalization what we can see today. Then, coming to the next topic, the next pillar, which is technological innovation in contemporary issues in business management. So, technological issues has various factors for a successful technological innovation: leadership, stakeholder investment, training, resourcing, and financial support from campus community. What are the challenges in technological innovations? I've highlighted 5 in my presentation. First, digital inclusion, critical thinking, high investment, product obsolescence, and underqualified workers. So, digital inclusion. Not everyone has access to the internet, so it can be an issue for technological innovation. Might not have same experience. Maybe for your business, maybe the people have technology as well, but they might not be as experienced as the people who have been using it for several years. For example, we can pop up the generation Z, the boomers and classics. We are the natives of internet. We've been growing in the age of mobile phones and laptops. We've been growing with internet, wherein the classics, the people who and the millennials who have been the migrants, who had to adapt these technologies, so may not have same experience as the boomers. Critical thinking to analyze the information and the informed judgments. Then high investment, quite high for small and medium entrepreneurs. Then product obsolescence, products quickly become obsolete. In this era of digitalization, the products need to be updated like at a very regular basis. So product obsolescence is one of the major factors and a major challenges for technological innovation. You need to keep updating, upgrading. So it also increases in e-waste somehow. So fifth one is underqualified workers. As I mentioned in this digital inclusion, it is correlated with each other. Underqualified worker is lack of upgradation, because the people who have been working for years, maybe we say the generation of migrants, the migrants classics, uh, they have lack of knowledge with them for the digitalized world. So it can be considered as an issue for technological innovation. I have considered one example to highlight in terms of technological innovation and in terms of issue as a business management student. Speaking of Nokia, which was one of the best smartphone brands, and it is now a failed company. Nokia failed to upgrade. Still, people have been figuring out the fall of Nokia. It has gone through all the marketing and sales graph, from reaching up to the highest levels to moderate, and then a backdrop of literally nothing right now. It was a technological innovation that affected Nokia to this levels. So yeah, Nokia is one of the good examples, I believe, for technological innovation. Then coming to the next pillar, which is one of my favorite pillars to talk about mostly, it's sustainability. So, how do you define sustainability? What is sustainability for you? It is most often defined, going through the books and going through what I've written, it is often defined as the meeting the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet theirs. Sustainability has three main pillars again: economic, environmental, and social. Informally referred as, we can refer them as people, planet, and profits. So, economic related to people, environmental related to our planet, and social is actually people. Economic is social is people. Economic is the profits. So, the social factors include diversity, human rights, equal opportunities, outreach programs. Economic factors consist of consistent profitable growth, total shareholder return, risk management, social environment, health and safety, legislation, public awareness. Environmental has compliance, biodiversity, emissions to air, water, chemical usage, and discharges. Sustainability, uh, while thinking about sustainable products, so if I go shopping, I am very observant about things. So H&M H&M is one of the brands have been claiming that they're very much sustainable. So how does their sustainability programs work? Why is H&M's sustainability? And then there were a few ethical terms because of which people found that H&M's sustainability is not good and it's falling. So why is H&M's sustainability push failing to resonate the consumers? How ethical is H&M? These are few critiques which I had while thinking about the term that H&M and sustainability. So indeed, H&M has worked on its environmental factors by reducing its greenhouse emissions by, they say they claimed for 2030, but it has a backward step in terms of people, which is the social factor. While the company has made some progress for the environment, they aren't looking so good in terms of social factors because of their labor rights happen in H&M joined Bangladesh Fire Safety Accord, successfully working with other brands and laborers unions to address health and safety issues in hundreds of factories right now. But they also promised to pay 850 million workers, 850 workers a living wage by 2018, a promise they have spectacularly failed to meet. So this is how it has affected its social factors, the social factors for sustainability. Then indeed, I totally have faith that they're doing well with their environmental factors, because H&M clothes can be recycled and they are being reused again. The clothes, the cotton, everything is reused, so they have contributed to the environmental sustainability, but also lacking with the social sustainability. So here I come to the end of my presentation, and if any questions, I will love to know. There is an H&M sustainability report that I've displayed on my slides. So if any questions, I would love to answer them. Thank you very much for listening to me. Have a good day.